Is there anything on God's green earth that costs less in 2025 than it used to? We're about to find out.
Listen to this. In today's money with inflation, that's $1,100.
Everything's become a commodity and everything matters less. And I think that's the sadness of why we love the nostalgia.
Hey guys, I'm Rachel Cruz.
I'm George Camel.
And this is Smart Money Happy Hour. Well, this is the show where two friends who happen to be money experts talk about what you're talking about. Everything from pop culture, current events, and money.
And before we get to the main event, we got to talk about what we're sipping on, Rachel. This is a Godfather.
Okay, no way. Because you know what I was going to say? What I feel like is like kind of an old man.
It does feel like an old man drink, and you'll find out later on. That's called a tease in the biz, Rachel. We're going to give you the rating and reveal the cost per glass at the end of the episode, so don't miss that.
Okay, George, feels like everything costs more today. Inflation gets everyone up and riled up, you know? Everyone's complaining. You know what I'm not complaining about, though, is having to buy an individual song on iTunes for 99 cents. Those were the days. Did you ever have a shuffle?
Oh, I love the shuffle.
Did you have a mini iPod?
I didn't have the mini. Okay. I had the shuffle plus the normal size iPod.
And it goes
I never had
the wheel?
Yeah.
Wasn't that great?
I had the older school one. It wasn't color yet.
Yes, gray. Was it kind of like gray color?
Mm-hmm. Simpler times. It's when music really mattered. You really had to want it to pay the 99 cents.
Or you just downloaded it illegally on Kazaa.
Or Napster.
I did not do. No, never.
Gosh, also, that's how I learned technology. That's what the kids are missing these days.
That's right.
Had to edit my MySpace background with HTML. I had to learn that. Well, hey, it's not all bad. You're right, Rachel. A desktop computer is a couple $100 cheaper than the latest iPhone right now.
Yeah.
So it's a give and take.
I know, yeah. And inflation is real. Obviously, things are costing way more than they used to. But there are some things going for us.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about all of those things that cost less today than they did in the past and add to the conversation in the comments as we go. And be sure to stick around till the end because we're going to share a few of our favorite investments, I'm going to put that in quotes, that hold their value that we swear by.
I love it, yeah. Because, I mean, when you think about inflation now, it's eggs, it's gas, it's all the things that continue to go up.
College, housing, cars.
A lot of them.
Just the main things in life that we need. That's all.
Just a lot. But just to be on the happy side, George, you know what I mean?
We need some good news.
Some good news. So we brought you a full list to go back, to be like, remember when this used to cost this? Well, now it only costs this. And there is good news, George.
This is a silver lining episode.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Brought to you by Rachel Cruz.
Okay, you ready?
Because George would live in the sadness if he could.
That's just with my musical taste.
The depressive state
I have a lot of joy. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I need to listen to sad music to remind me my life is actually pretty good.
Were you considered emo from like in high school?
100%.
Oh,
I was not like, I'm going to have my...
I was going to say, did you have this? Yeah,
No, I didn't wear makeup. It wasn't like goth.
Eyeliner. Yeah.
I was dashboard confessional emo.
Okay.
That's the genre of emo I was.
Okay, I got it. Mm-hmm.
More pop punk, acoustic vibes.
Yeah. How about Blink-182?
Huge number one for me.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, I got the vibe.
That was the concert I was willing to pay $300-something for.
Okay.
You couldn't get me out of the house for any band.
Okay.
For that kind of money, except Blink.
But it was emo. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go happy. We're gonna go like circa like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney. Rachel's taste.
Wow.
Pop, it's exciting. It's short-lived, but it's great.
That sums up Rachel. I love it. Well, we're kicking it off here on the list with music.
Music.
So $15 to $25 for a CD in the early 2000s. I remember the days going to the store to get the CD the day it came out. And I was happy to pay $16.99.
I remember going to Sam & Goodies. Do you remember that store in the mall?
Yeah.
And I had a $50 bill from my grandparents. Never forget this. And I went and bought 2 Mariah Carey CDs, Butterfly and Music Box. And I got back like 17 cents. A $50 bill, you bought 2 CDs.
Wow.
Which had what? Probably 12 songs? 10 songs if you're lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like 20 songs for $50.
That's how they made their money back then.
I know. CD sales,
yeah,
man.
So if 2 or 3 of your favorite artists came out with new music, you could easily spend $50 a month on new music.
Yeah,
$600 a year.
Hashtag Mariah Carey.
And
Butterfly.
then came the 99-cent songs from iTunes. That was a big revolution
Yes, that was. where you-
1,000 songs in your pocket. I
Yes.
remember the old advertising for that.
and you buy individual songs, which was actually very nice because if you had to go buy the full CD, you didn't listen to like 8 of the songs.
Well, if we're going to be real, back in those days, as an artist, you could get by with like 2 or 3 good singles and the rest was filler.
Good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
And they had to buy the whole CD. You don't have an option back
And
then.
you just skip that song, man.
Okay, so then when they went to iTunes did to buy just per song, did artists probably not like that, right?
I think the
Digitalizing music is probably not great for the artist world. Yeah, not
well, it's
good.
only gotten worse. So back in the day, because I actually uploaded my album to iTunes and Spotify and all these platforms, and the cut from Apple was, I believe, 70% is what the artist gets.
Okay.
30% went to Apple.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's if you just do it straight to Apple. If you have middlemen, labels, you get way less than
Yeah,
that.
your managers. Glad we're not artists, George.
Trust me, I'm very thankful to have gainful employment.
Oh,
But
man.
nowadays,
Okay, Winston does Apple Music.
oh,
and
wow.
I know, and I do Spotify.
Wow, I'm a Spotify man.
Okay. Why did you say, oh, wow, what's the difference?
I thought more of him.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is the platform just bad?
Here's my take.
It's not
Spotify,
user-friendly?
their whole thing is audio. We are an audio platform.
Yes.
Apple, this is like one thing they do. So they're not going
They're
to
more
care
of a
as much.
technology company, the most, right?
Yeah, they're just trying to get market share. Same with podcasts. The Apple Podcast app is not the greatest. Spotify, I think, has a better experience.
Well, Spotify
and this is coming
starting-
from an Apple fanboy.
And Spotify's starting to play video. They're playing the Ramsey show now. Video.
Yeah.
They're adding some video to it.
You could be watching right
Are
now.
you on Spotify right
Shout
now?
out. You're welcome.
Watching
You
us
made
right
it.
now. That's
You
amazing.
made it. You and Samantha Mumba.
That's amazing.
So yeah, $7 to $12 a month
That
for
was a single. I
unlimited
bought that
music.
single.
Isn't that crazy? Like, if you told me as a child, one day for $10, you can get everything you want.
Anything on demand is insane. Like,
You had to listen to the radio, record it to your boombox onto a tape to make the mixtape. And you always had the radio DJ coming in a little bit because you were trying to time it.
well, or you missed the first 15 seconds because you had to run up and.
Oh, yeah.
You know what we would do? We got fancy in the Ramsey house. We would have mom and dad bought blank video cassettes. Like like VHSs.
VHS?
Yeah. And we started recording music videos on VH1.
Oh.
So we'd put the cassette in, hit play and record on the VCR. And we started recording music videos so we could rewatch them.
And that's privilege, guys, if you're wondering. I had to sneak over to my grandma's house and illegally watch her cable before my
you didn't have
parents found
cable?
out. No.
Okay.
I only at my friend's house.
Wow.
We watched TRL on MTV. Remember that?
Man, there's an Instagram account and they play the hit songs of 2001 every week from TRL clips of the current, like this week in 2001. It just makes me so happy.
So nostalgic.
gosh. Okay.
So there's some good news is that music costs way
Oh my
less.
gosh, next one is my favorite.
All right.
This is how I cheated in high school. Are you ready for this?
It's a weird disclaimer, but I love it. All right.
The T9 calculators. You had to have the big T9 calculators. Well, this says the TI-50 calculator. I'm not sure. That may be an advanced version. Cost $170 in 1974. Okay, that wasn't for me. But now in today's money with inflation, that's $1,100
On a calculator.
on a calculator, okay? Now the T9s that we had to buy for high school and stuff, I mean, I think those were
They were really
I think they were
expensive.
$100. I mean, I think they were like $100 when we bought them. Now they sell for $7 on eBay. And now you don't have to buy
$7?
calculators.
It's on your phone.
You have one on your
And the new one, have you seen the new Apple, the iPhone calculator got updated?
No.
They
tell
have
me
like a
about
little
it.
like advanced tab. Oh boy, you could spend a whole day in there, Rachel.
What does
It's
that
a good
mean?
time. You can do like advanced calculations and it saves all your previous calculations.
Okay.
So you can go back.
Okay. What's
case
an
you-
advanced calculation versus another calculation?
Just think fancy stuff.
T9 stuff.
Exactly.
Okay. I did see you can, and this may be in the new calculator, you can do currency exchanges on the calculator.
Wow.
Did y'all know that? So if you're traveling, you can put your euros in, and on your calculator, it shows what a US dollar is. So it's not really I guess you could calculate it, but it just shows the exchange rate on your
Interesting.
on your calculator.
We've come a long way, and that's built in. Now the whole
amazing.
iPhone costs $1,000, and you have all of that built in.
It's true. All right, ready for this one?
All right.
Photos. So you used to have to get your pictures developed. Do you remember going to Walgreens and doing that?
Yep.
And it would be $3 to $6 at Walgreens in the 90s. And now pictures are free via the iPhone.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's like flying first class and be like, the drinks are free. It's kind
But like you have a physical
through an
version
iPhone.
of it. so that you're getting something in return for your $5.
Yeah, or you can just print off your picture from your home printer.
Do you still keep a lot of your photos used to get developed?
I think I have I think I have a box full of old albums and stuff.
You ever scan them in and digitize them so that you have them forever? Or is that not?
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it sounds like something you're not going to do.
No, that sounds terrible.
It sounds like a Winston project.
That sounds terrible.
All right.
No, I'm not doing that.
There's services that do this for you now. So I did this. I got old tapes, like from my skateboarding days. They're mini DV tapes. And so I sent them all out, and they send you back a thumb drive with all the video files. So I get to relive. Why is this funny to you? Because this is what I do for fun? This is how I want to spend my money? Sometimes I wonder why I do this. Is it charity? Is it a ministry? Did you swallow a piece of ice?
Okay. Oh, I didn't do that part. You know, it's funny because the album, what I would have digitized are like me and my friends at homecoming. George just says his.
You think I have photos from homecoming? I didn't go. Who would go?
Oh, George.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't know if we'd be friends in high school.
We would definitely not be friends in high school.
I'm just kidding. I was friendliest. I'd be friends with everyone.
Yeah, but that's like you having pity.
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
like, guys, be nice to him. He's a good guy.
No, stop it, George. It's fine. I appreciated everybody.
Okay, can I just say this about the photos before we move on?
Gosh, yeah, sorry.
I think we've lost something with the iPhone photos.
Because you don't get any more of just like the blinker.
Well, when you take a photo with a physical camera and you get it developed, you taking that photo mattered.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Now you take 100 photos with your iPhone and you're like, didn't look cute. I'll delete them. Or they just sit on your phone. You have 10,000 in iCloud. Your kids are like, imagine handing that over to your grandkids.
Totally.
They don't want to go through 10,000 photos and screenshots of recipes. That's what our kids are really going to get.
100%.
No more grandma's recipe book. It's just like, I think it's a screenshot from Pinterest.
I know. George said it. It's so true.
There's an ad for socks that's tied in here. Okay.
And can I tell you this? The adrenaline I would get to go to Walgreens to pick up that envelope.
You were so excited.
To go through them from a spring break trip. And
see if there's any good ones.
Just to relive it, 4 days after. Like just felt magical, and now you
and it felt like
never go back. I never go back to pictures anymore.
No,
you know what I mean. Where back then, it's just
and you needed to actually have a moment to take a physical photo. There had to be something worth.
And you know
taking
what
a
I would do
of.
too if I went on a trip with a friend, we would do doubles. Remember, you could mark doubles, do 2 copies.
Oh, fancy.
Yep, and every picture had 2, and then you would separate them.
You know who's keeping the photos alive? The school picture scammers.
I'm sorry, what?
They're single-handedly keeping the physical photo alive. School picture day. It's highway robbery.
Oh, yeah.
They send your kid home and go, all right, it's $50 if you want to. It's like a hostage situation.
Okay, yeah. So it's funny. This is a personality difference. Denise, my sister, has ordered every school picture of her children through every year of their lives. Like, she's so on it.
So that's what a good mom looks like.
So then they bring you the sample. So you get to see it, but it has their name. Well, I just take a picture of that with my phone, and that's it.
With the watermark on it still? Yes. And you go, good enough.
Like, there it is. There's your school picture. Because we don't do did you have the round, like George is a senior and George is in kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, like around your senior picture?
Was this a Ramsey tradition?
No, this was maybe this is a Southern thing. Or a parent, I don't know.
Things were different in the North.
Okay, well, they would have your official senior picture in the middle and then every school picture around it.
From like 10 years?
Yeah. My parent, yes.
I don't want to see that evolution.
No, yeah.
You just see the loss of joy and innocence over time.
George. Anyways, I just thought if I did that with my kids and printed out the picture on my iPhones, it's all going to have a watermark over their face.
Wow.
I know. That's probably not great. I'm kind of regretting that.
I feel like out of all the things you spend money on, your children's memories might be one thing you want to keep. But no, that's up to you. You live your life. But that's a good one. Photos have gotten cheaper. I'm seeing a theme here. Everything's become a commodity and everything matters less. And I think that's the sadness of why we love the nostalgia.
Involvement. All right, let's
Next
keep going.
Up, video surveillance. So this is security. A video surveillance system used to cost up to $12,000 in the 1980s. With inflation, that's $43,000 in today's money is what you'd pay for a surveillance system.
Yeah, that's wild.
And now your doorbell has a camera in it.
Oh.
What a time to be alive.
You know what's sad? We were talking about this with some of our neighbors. the years of, ding dong ditching and rolling and all that, it's gone because they get caught.
Now you get that video uploaded to the neighborhood Facebook page.
It's
There's a
so
warrant out for your arrest.
It is so sad for those kids. Would you be the parent that would take your kids rolling?
I don't even know what that is.
Rolling?
Like toilet paper in the trees, that whole thing?
Yeah.
No, I think that's a terrible thing to do to someone. Oh. Because then it rains and it gets all clumped up there.
Yeah, but it's like the boy that Mia has a crush on and all her friends, like, we got to go get Jared's house.
I don't know what kind of
we gotta go.
Clarissa explains it all
and then
lifestyle
the really
you
cool
led.
moms would take you to get the toilet paper and then like take you and you'd all like go, because y'all are all friends and it's all like a fun thing.
What a life. What a privilege and luxury it is to have the cool mom taking you to
My
prank
mom
people.
didn't. Love you, Sharon. Sharon wasn't one, but yes, we had like 2 moms that would take us to Walmart and buy the toilet paper.
Wow.
You never went rolling.
No, I think that's a crime today. I don't commit crimes. I think that's it.
Did
Here's
y'all
the thing.
go
I
rolling?
don't like.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not a fan of like
rolling.
pranks. To me, it's just bullying, but under another name.
No. Okay. So now, I would say this: if you were doing it to a kid in your class that was picked on, or like wasn't, oh George, that would be mean. We did it with like our own friends.
So you only did it to the most popular kids.
And it was always for the opposite sex. Like you'd go roll a boy's house.
Okay.
Or if you got rolled, it was a bunch of guys coming to your house.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was fun. It wasn't like, you wouldn't do it as a mean spirit. That's so terrible. Why would you think people did it mean?
Well, I think regardless, someone's got to clean that. You got to get a ladder
it's usually
up
the
there.
parents. I mean, I hate to say it. Or it just fades away with the rain.
My parents immigrated here for a better life, Rachel. All right, they didn't immigrate here to get on a ladder and clean up toilet paper. That's
so you would not
hot
take,
commodity.
If Mia came and all her like 5 little friends and they're like, Dad, can we go to Jared's house and roll his house?
First of all, if she's friends with a Jared, red flag.
Jarrett?
I
don't know.
That's even worse.
I just made.
No, I would say you need to find better friends, honey. You need to find better friends who have actual hobbies and want to produce good in the community. We should be sending kids out to take down the rolling, not do it.
Oh my gosh.
And then they say, we don't have time. We're in school. We don't have time for a job. You got plenty of time. You got time to lean. You got time to clean. That's what I say.
You roll at night when businesses are closed. All right.
This is exhausting.
Man.
Well, here's the deal.
Well, George is very happy about ring doorbells because there's no ding dong ditching or rolling.
That's right. And Rachel, I'm not a ring guy. You know what I am now?
No, what?
I'm a Simply Safe guy.
You are.
I got Simply Safe set up. I love it.
And you love it.
It's great.
So good. So easy.
It's built in. It's all the alarms on the doors and the windows and the cameras. It's fantastic.
That's amazing. You know what else helps keep you safe?
What's that?
On the internet is Delete Me.
Now that one I can get behind.
It's an incredible service that really does help. I mean, because your personal data online, it's everywhere, right? And it's not just about spams anymore. It really is a direct line for phishing, attacks, harassment, fraud. I mean, there's so much there on the internet when your data's out there and you want it gone.
And so this is surveillance, but for your personal info online. And Delete Me goes in, they remove your personal info from all of these data broker sites, cutting off access at the source. And we're seeing a lot of these like AI-driven scams. They can spoof someone's voice.
It's crazy.
And so you gotta protect yourself, and Delete Me can help you protect yourself from all of these risks.
Yeah, and there can be a level of fear, I feel like, in today's world when you're like, oh my gosh, is this real? Is this not? Because you get like spam calls, you get all this stuff, and you're like, I don't know what's real. So you don't have to live in fear. You can be proactive and use Delete Me.
I love it. And they're giving our listeners and viewers a sweet discount, 20% off the annual plans. So it comes out to like $9 a month.
Yeah, it's
for
incredible.
This online
Yeah.
surveillance. And there's a team of physical people going in, removing all of your info for you.
Yes.
And so this is not some AI tool. It's way more than that. There's real people. If you need help, there's a real person on the other side who can help you out. So it's been really great for my family. And they've removed me from over 250 data broker sites so far.
It's incredible. Yeah, because these data broker sites will collect your information and then sell it
Gross.
to other sites. Yeah, so they're making money off of you.
Gross.
So we always say control what you can control. And we can't control what all the scammers out there are doing, but you can control what you're doing with your data online by using services like Delete Me to help and remove your data, especially from these data broker websites.
That's right. So go to joindeleteme.com/smartmoney or use the link in the description to get that 20% off.
All right, next, a girl's best friend, diamonds.
I thought you were going to say Jarrett. You know Jared's getting friend zoned.
Oh, man. Okay, so lab-grown diamonds have become very popular recently. And they're worth 60 to 85% less than authentic diamonds on average. $950 on average for a 1.5 carat lab diamond.
Wow.
Yeah. So again, high quality diamonds, again, could be $10,000, $13,000, in 2010, like very expensive. And lab grown, it's getting more popular.
That is something to consider. Something that's gotten cheaper over the years as they've learned how to develop it. And there's a lot of people going for alternative stones in general.
Yes.
Moissanite or a gem or whatever it may be. So that's helped cut down the cost.
So I rarely wear this ring, and I have another band. Winston bought me like these 3 rings together for our 10th anniversary. And this one, so there's diamonds missing. But I think these are lab grown, George. I'm pretty sure.
Can I get a peek?
Yeah.
I can tell the difference.
Because what that would cost in real life, I know Winston didn't spend it because I knew what he spent on it. And I do think those were lab grown.
Wow. They look great to me.
I'm pretty sure. My wedding ring and 2 bands are real, and I think those are lab grown.
What I want to know is, where are these 3 little diamonds
3
today?
fell out. I know.
It's so little. How do they do it?
I don't know.
What an art form.
I don't know. But isn't it pretty?
Very great job.
But you know what I do? Like it's missing these 3 on this end, so I always just turn it a little bit.
Honestly, I don't think anyone passing by would ever notice.
No, I know.
It's really just you.
But yeah, when we just read that, I was like, I think that this ring is lab grown.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so that's one good thing for the guys out there who are buying these rings for the ladies. You're welcome. It's cheaper today than it was back then. All right, next on the list, Rachel, calling and texting is cheaper than it was back in the day.
That is true.
Payphones, remember this?
Yes.
A whole quarter per call in the 1990s. I remember that.
25 cents.
Before the age of cell phones, I had to go to the school payphone and make a call.
Y'all had a payphone in your school?
Yeah.
I don't know if we had one in our school. I think we had to go to the office.
The kind of technology we had in Dedham, Massachusetts.
Unbelievable.
And then texting used to be limited to characters. T9, remember the T9 word?
Yes.
That was a tough time.
It
was like learning a different language.
That was a lot of punching some
dexterity
buttons.
with the thumbs there.
Yep.
Used to cost around 10 to 20 cents for every SMS sent.
Is that not crazy?
I remember
Could you imagine
rationing
paying
my
20
texts.
cents for every text you send?
I'm all for going back to this. I'm done with the random just stop. If you want to text me, it better cost you money. It better be worth it.
Wow.
I think we're too flippant with our words. You have those friends who do the
No, that's
28 texts in a row? I'm like, just say it in one thought.
I do it and then I have another thought and then I'm...
And then the group chats. We could get rid of group chats entirely if it costs you money.
Those are tough.
You send a meme, it better cost you $1 and it better be worth the laugh. Wow. I'm tired of your memes and GIFs.
Oh my gosh. Home Alone, the movie, we always watch it at Christmas. It's one of my favorites when they get to the airport and they're all have the phone book and her playing, and they're all grabbing the payphone and stuff. It's my favorite.
I loved using the phone book.
That was just the time. Oh, man.
And then 411 was the big thing. You could call 411 to give you the number.
Give you the info that you need.
Fun fact, texting was free or discounted after 9 p.m. and on weekends for a while.
Oh, my gosh.
The old nights and weekends plan.
Fancy. All right, next up, we're going to get healthy and go gym memberships. So they were $70 to $100 minimum for gym memberships in the 1990s. That's $240 for today's money and with inflation. Yeah, definitely considered a luxury. And now you can go to Planet Fitness for $15. Just in and
They've
out.
commoditized fitness, and there's so much competition now. Back in the day, there was like one gym in my town. It was like Gold's Gym is where you got to go, and only serious people went there to work out.
Yeah.
Now, just any old person like me can walk in there.
Well, that or apps, you know what I mean? Or you can watch free stuff on YouTube. So there's a lot of options.
I like a lot. You know what I realized about working out? I don't want to see other people do it. It's none of my business to see other people work out. It's why I don't like the gym.
Actually, I think that's very fair. Yeah, I get that.
Some things are meant for me and me alone, and that's me working out. I don't want you to look at me. I don't want to look at you.
You know what? I've worked out now in our garage for so long that I'm like,
we're in the era
I don't know
of
if I want
the home gym.
Yeah. We were on the Ramsey cruise, and I worked out in the gym like 3 times that week, I think.
Brag about it, okay?
And but I went on days that we poured it, so it was not busy. It was like maybe 1 or 2 people in the whole place. But even with those 1 or 2 people, I found myself
distracted
there was
a little
one
bit.
woman, she was buff, man. She was killing it. I was like, what is she doing? I want to do what she's doing. So then I find myself like kind of watching her and like, but I had my workout plan. But it's but all the things, you know what I mean? And you're just like, man.
I can't focus.
It's just a lot. But it can be inspiring.
Sure. I can know what could have been if I just was born in a different body. That's great. And YouTube has a ton of free workouts.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's a lot of options out there today. So that is something that has gone down in price over time.
Yes. Next, computers.
This is a
So the
big one.
Gateway Solo 2000 cost $3,499 back in 1995. Wow. That's $5,776 in today's money. And now you can buy a brand new MacBook Air for $1,000, $999.
With way more storage and computing power than the computers back then.
5 times more for what it was before.
You remember when like a thumb drive was a big deal that you could store like 128 megabytes? Never mind, I'm talking to the wrong person. I'm just going to abort this entire You ever get into a conversation and realize not the target demo?
I was like, I don't remember
I was
that.
like, I have to explain megabytes now versus gigabytes, and then don't even get her started on a terabyte.
Don't know.
Can I help you, or do you not want to know?
I don't really want to know.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Thought the audience might want to learn about megabytes.
Yeah. Which, you know what I do want to know? When Cozy Earth has some new products.
You're the target demo for that, for sure.
Because they have pajamas now for the summer. Short sleeves, shorts. It's the same material as my long sleeves and my pants set that I have for the winter. Now they have it in a summer version with a beautiful pattern that actually you got for Whitney. And I saw it on George's desk. I was like, those are cute. And he was like, yeah, they're Whitney's pajamas. I was like, oh my gosh, give me the name of that pattern because I want to go order them.
Limited edition.
I mean, honestly. So Cozy Earth products, they hold their value.
The best. I was a hero this Mother's Day because I got my mom a set, got Whitney a set, and I was done. Didn't have to think about it.
That's it too. When you know you're getting quality products for people, if it's gifts or yourself,
yeah. And they have great stuff for the guys too. Buttery soft sweatshirts and workout gear.
Yes.
Athleisure is what the kids call it these days.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's incredible. Yeah. And again, it's the quality that we're looking for because you can go buy dupes and all the things, and we're not mad at that. That's fine. But when you actually go and invest on something that's quality after you wash it, like 5 times, it still holds up, which is what we're going for.
I'm in that stage of life, or I'm tired of just buying cheap crap that I have to replace. This is stuff you buy.
And you find what you like, and it's great.
And they have a 10-year warranty on their bedding, which is amazing.
Gosh, so
check it out.
It's
You'll
amazing.
get up to 40% off when you use the promo code SmartMoney at checkout. So go to CozyEarth.com/SmartMoney or use the link in the description and show notes. All right, next on the list of things that cost less today than they used to, flights.
Really? Okay.
Who knew? $288 for a round trip flight in 1990, which is $550 in today's money with inflation. And our writer Savannah just flew round trip to New York City for $130.
Okay.
So I think there's more competition, more budget airlines that didn't used to exist. You were just stuck with the one airline that flew there.
Now that's true. Yes. Yeah. Because there can be some pricey flights for
There's
sure.
more variable pricing now.
But the variable pricing, you can get a deal if you're looking for it. So yeah.
Get this, round trip flights to London around $500 at the time of this recording.
No way.
Should I go to London?
Yes. Hello, old pal.
Wow. That was offensive to all of Europe, not even just London.
Cheerio.
Even the Scots are like, no, we don't claim her. What is your descent? Where do you hail from? The Ramsey clan?
Scotland.
Mostly Scotland.
Yeah. Can I tell you this? So there's a Ramsey castle in Scotland, but it's Ramsay. So Dad went on a kick, okay? He went on this big kick of like finding your origin.
Ancestry and all that.
So he went on all the things. He like kind of like was like, you have an Alexa in your house? They're listening to you. I'm like, you sent your DNA to a website to figure out your ancestry. That's a little bit more dangerous in my opinion, but it's fine.
I love that Dave
As my
starts
conspiracy.
sentences like a 1950s detective. See?
I know, but so found out all the way back to Scottish and found a Ramsay, Ramsay, castle, like a small castle out in the middle of whatever, and there's a lord, and it was kind of a whole thing.
Was there a moat? I love a moat.
Nope, no moats, but we went to it when we went to Scotland like 10 years ago. Of course, we had to go visit the castle, and he got the coat of arms, so then it was everywhere for like a solid 5 years of his life. He put that coat of arms on everything. Oh, man. So, long story short, fast forward to today, and Amelia just said last week to one of our friends that was over, she was like, yeah, my great-great-great-grandparents were the king and queen of Scotland.
Wow, that was the connection she made.
I was like, what? She was like, yeah, there was a castle and everything. Papa Dave told me. I was like, oh, no. I was like, they weren't the king and queen. it was just like people had castles then. That was like the architecture of the day.
But who's going to question her on that?
I know, but she was very disappointed. I think she got a little embarrassed because I think she told people that, like at
But
school,
still,
that her
you owned a castle.
great grandparents were the
You
king
probably
and
knew
queen
the
of
king and queen
Scotland.
if you had a castle.
No, I kind of think they were everywhere. Anyways, we are way
So is
off.
middle class to have a castle? Is that what you're
Flats.
telling me?
Flights.
Wow.
Go
yeah,
to
back
London.
to flights. I do think, I
to
feel like
London.
flights have gotten more expensive in recent memory.
Yes.
Like every time I go to book,
But I think the point in this, you can find a good deal.
yes. If
Yeah.
you're willing to go for a budget airline or you're flexible with timing, you can fly at 5 a.m. or get in at 2 a.m. There's some deals to be had.
Yep. All right. Last but not least, digital storage. So it would cost $20 for a floppy disk in 2002. Wow. That's $35 with today's money. And now it's only $9.99 for extra iPhone storage that probably,
I pay for that.
it's that random charge that you get.
I think mine's 2 terabytes. Now, do I get to explain terabytes to you?
Okay, how do you know what your storage is? 'Cause I can tell
Okay,
you what I buy.
go to settings, then
Okay.
click on your name at the top,
See, senor. Got
then
it.
go to iCloud,
Okay.
and then it'll show you the storage.
2 terabytes, George.
Look at you. Well, really, look at Winston. I assume he's the man behind all of this.
Oh, man.
So yeah, the
Possibly.
terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes. You got that?
Yes.
And a gigabyte is 1,000 megabytes.
Okay.
So mega.
And what is a
Giga.
picture? How many?
A picture could be, depends on the phone. It could be 13 megabytes for a large, high quality photo.
Okay.
Could be 3 megabytes. But video is what adds up. You film in like 4K
How do
on
we
your
know?
phone.
I bet I beat you on my video storage.
Oh, that's a good one. So if you go to storage,
Yep.
wait for it.
Oh, I see my iCloud photos.
What do you got?
What do you have?
I'm nervous.
Okay, you ready for mine?
Yep. What's in your iCloud photos?
250.7 gigabytes.
289. I beat
I don't
you.
feel so bad.
What about messages?
54.
101.
Oh gosh, backups 147.
You've done a lot of back. I'm only at 25 on backups.
All right, I'm at iCloud Drive.
Yep.
It sounds like a road. 67. 67. Those are my highest ones.
4.6. I don't know what you're storing in your iCloud Drive, but there's got to be
What's
some.
happening? And I'm paying for it. I know I am because I get these Apple random charges. I'm paying for the cloud. I'm paying for terabytes. I'm paying for a lot.
It's $9.99 for the 2 terabytes.
But what's in the cloud?
That's what's in the. It's storing it all in the cloud.
So I have a lot in the cloud and you don't.
You're not storing all of that in your phone. Your phone has a different level of storage.
I thought I have terabytes on my phone.
No. 2 terabytes is what you have in iCloud.
Okay, so I have more in the cloud than you do.
You sent it to heaven. So let's think about Earth
Okay, I
and
hear
heaven.
it, but I have more than you because I have 64.
How do I explain this? Let me see your
Never
phone.
mind, it's fine.
Capacity on the phone is 256. Available for me is 144. So if you go to settings and then about, I feel like this is back in my Apple Store employee days, and I'm having to really hold back, be kind,
And
be
about?
patient. Keep going. General.
General? About?
Yep.
You're doing great. I'd hire you for the Apple Store today.
Okay. And then you see where it says capacity.
Yes.
What does it say?
512.
512. So you have double the storage on your physical device. And
So
then what do you have
I
available?
have a lot on my phone then.
Yes.
A lot of storage.
What do you have available?
261.
You're doing great.
Okay, I'm halfway there.
Yeah, it's not. You don't need to fill it up. It's not that kind of competition.
Not a race.
That was a lot of
man.
fun.
Wow.
But I
well,
do
you know
think,
what?
like-
We're living in a better world today, y'all. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, if you told 10-year-old George, hey, you can get 2 terabytes for $10, I'd be like, they make terabytes now?
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many physical hard drives I have that are like 256 gigabytes, 500 gigabytes.
Oh,
and I
funny.
thought, we are living in the future where I
This
can
is
have
insane.
500 gigabytes on a single hard drive.
Yes.
Now that's nothing.
And when 10-year-old Rachel's friends were like, we should roll George Camel, I'm like, don't
He's worried about megabytes right now. He's going through a lot.
do it. Don't do
I
it.
feel that. All right, we promised the people we would share our versions of this. So we're going to do a little rapid response and share
Okay.
a few investments. I put this in quotes, just things that you own that have stood the test of time and still have held their value.
Okay.
So you could sell it today for what you paid for it, if not more.
Oh, man. I don't know if I know this, but I can try.
Vintage clothes, purse, shoes.
Okay, so I'd say our house.
Great. If this was Family Feud, that'd be number one on the board.
I mean, honestly, from what we built in 2018 to today,
that's solid.
I mean, honestly, I think it's doubled.
Wow.
Almost.
That's amazing.
Well, yeah, I feel like Nashville would.
You guys bought in a really great area too.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. But I'm like, no, it's like insane. Like we would not be able to afford to live where we live today. Like if we entered in, we couldn't buy that.
That's strong.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one. My guitar.
Oh, that's
I won
good.
it in a songwriting contest. And I think at the
that's
time
fun.
it was probably $3,000 guitar. I think I could sell it for that today. And that was 12 years ago.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
So that's a win.
Winston has a beautiful piano.
Pianos, they hold their value really
Yep.
well.
And I think, we could probably sell it. but
Baby
we wouldn't.
grand?
Yes. He got it when he was a teenager.
What is it, a
And his
Yamaha?
parents, no, it's a Kauai.
Oh, yeah, that's a good brand.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's great. It's
Yeah.
great. Well, that's good. Well,
But most things are going to go down in value, and that's okay.
I know when you use
That's
stuff,
okay.
it does. Yeah.
But
for
just
sure.
know, like, it's not worth buying something that's going to immediately plummet. Sometimes it's worth buying used, or just know your TV that you spent $4,000 on is going to be worth jack squat 5 years from now. Because
Yeah.
everybody wants the latest and greatest.
Totally. So I think that's the thing. I think you have to stop living on this high of like, I need the newest, because that will keep you in this like rat in a wheel mentality for a long time. Because there's so many things. It's the newest thing, right? So whether it's a car, oh, this is the newest model, to fashion, to technology, I'm like, you could constantly be living in that. And if that's your only motivation in life, just to have the newest thing or the latest thing, you're going to lose a lot of money and satisfaction of quality of life.
You just
It's
run this endless marathon.
Yeah, there's
trying
like
to
no
keep up.
contentment in it. So it's not that the stuff is bad. It's fun. Get some great stuff. But yeah, don't think like, oh my gosh, everything's going to be okay if I just have the best. Because the truth is, most things in life that we see go down in value.
Yeah. And no, I mean, it sounds a little bit too deep, but you can't take it with you. So all the stuff sitting around, like
So
someone's going to have to
true.
deal with all your crap one day.
Yes.
And you
Oh my
thought,
gosh.
like, someone's going to love my old photos and the old clothing and sometimes, but then sometimes your kids are just like, Mom and Dad are hoarders.
I know.
And they left us with a mess.
That's right.
And they saved everything just in case. And we don't need the china.
I know. You know what the minimalists say to do is to take pictures of everything.
Oh,
So at
I
least
like
you have
that.
like the visual memory of it. And I do think I am a little bit in the camp of like, there's some things that are sweet to save.
They're sentimental.
Yes, like a jewelry or like, you pass things down. Like I do think there's a time and a place for that. But like, I don't know if your parents were like this, but when we got married, I was given like bins and bins and bins of like artwork from my second grade year. Right. And stuff and I do that for my kids. I save my kids' stuff. But I'm like, I never go back and
It's
look
fun
at
to
it.
look at once every 5 years.
I guess, but like what, you know what
Memory
I mean?
lane.
Like there is a point,
Yeah.
what you're saying of like stuff can just collect over time. And it's like, okay, it's just stuff.
What are we doing here?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot to add this one. Speaking of things that are passed down, the Rolex from Whitney's grandfather who passed.
We love
and
the
so this
Rolex.
is like, that's what I think is worth. What are the things that you're like, one of my grandkids would fight over this one day? Well, that's something that's probably worth purchasing.
Yeah. Yes, that's a great
And
way
if
of putting
not,
it.
don't put a lot of thought into it. Just do a little bit of research and go, okay, I'm buying an iPhone cable here. It's not that. I'm talking to myself now. This is therapy for me.
It's all for you. All for you.
That's good. And then budgeting for things. Make sure you pay cash.
Yes.
Don't go into debt for these things that are going to go down in value that end up in Goodwill. And so use a great
Yes.
budgeting app like Every Dollar to just make a plan for every dollar coming in, every dollar going out. You'll be more intentional and less wasteful. So
sure.
I'll drop a link in the description to Every Dollar if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah, could you imagine going into debt for something and then by the time you pay it off, 2 new versions have already come out and you're like, oh my God.
That's what happens with cars
It does. It's so true. Yep.
and
So,
iPhones.
No fun.
And now Klarna and DoorDash and all financing a burrito. We've lost our minds.
Where are we?
Vacations. This is happening with Disney.
Coachella. Did you see
Coachella,
that?
festivals.
Like a high percentage of people at Coachella.
It used
like,
to be
did the-
physical stuff. Now it's experiences. So it feels like you can justify it. With,
Yeah.
I'm going to make this amazing memory.
Sure. Yeah.
Don't do it.
But then you leave with a bunch of debt. Not
Yeah.
good. All right, before we spill the tea on our Guilty as Charged segment, tell us about the drink, George.
This is the Godfather. And
Mm-hmm.
like you said, it tastes like an old man drink.
It does taste like an old man drink.
I think you really enjoyed it. My rating on this one, let me give one more sip. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go 8.5 out of 10.
So I'm going to go 8 out of 10 because I would have a specific situation that I would order it. It would not be a go-to cocktail like some of the others we've had. This
And
would
why
have-
is that?
I don't know. It's a little unique.
I'll tell you why.
I don't want this before dinner.
Okay.
This would be like an after. If we all did dinner and everyone's like, hey,
kind of a late night
stay,
drink.
Let's
having some
stay.
great
And like, I'll
conversation.
pour something. It'd be like, and they poured this. I'd be so happy. You know
Perfect.
what I mean? Yeah.
That's a great scenario. I wish that happens to you. New York City, late night with friends.
I didn't say New York, but
It felt
sure.
right. So the Godfather costs $2.71 per drink. The ingredients are amaretto, which is like an almond liqueur, scotch, and Angostura bitters. So that's where it got knocked down a peg. I'm not a big scotch guy. And the peatiness, which is kind of that tire fire taste you get in there.
Yeah.
It takes me a while to get over that.
Yeah.
But as the ice is sat, it's actually a lot better now.
It's watered down.
But still
a
a
little.
great one. This is probably the best scotch cocktail I've had. So if you want the recipe, it's in the show notes. Give it a try this weekend and let us know what you think.
So great. All right, now it's time for
Guilty as Charged.
And this is where we ask each other a guilty as charged question every week. And if we're guilty, we take a sip. All right, George, have you ever bought anything that was once worth way more than it is today?
Oh my goodness. I'm going to rattle a few off that are just the most egregious to me because when I spent the money, it was a big investment for me. And here's the thing. In my head, I went, I'm going to use this so much. It's going to ROI.
Okay, that's good.
Here's one. My Canon video camera.
Yes.
So it's a big like DSLR, but it does video too.
Yep.
It was the D70, if you know
Okay.
your cameras. If you know, you know. And I thought I'm going to be a vlogger, YouTuber. I'm going to make a lot of money off of this, doing gigs. It's been sitting, and for what I paid for it, I went to go sell it.
Yeah.
And I went, oh my gosh, I think I bought it for like $1,000.
No,
And I went
really?
on eBay. They're selling for like $150.
Yeah, shoot.
And then same with the GoPro. I thought I'm going to be Mr. Adventure. I'm going to strap this GoPro to every. I got like the waterproof.
When I think adventure, I think George Camel.
I got all the gear to go with it. I was like, I might strap it to my head. I might strap
my
it to my
gosh.
chest. I need all the gear.
Oh my gosh.
What if I'm in the water? I need a floating. So I bought all the gear. I ended up giving it to Deloney's
The
son.
GoPro camera. I
Yep.
forgot about that.
And from what I paid for it, which was probably $500 or $600,
Yeah.
it's worth $100 now if I'm lucky.
Okay.
And then lastly was the my iMac.
Okay.
I went to go. I was like, I don't use this iMac the desktop.
Oh,
Mac,
yeah.
from back in the day. I went to go sell it. And I was like, oh, people don't want a 15-year-old computer. Why not?
Why would
It
you not?
still works great.
Why would you not want this?
So there's some embarrassing things that technology is where I go wrong.
Technology's big. I bought an underwater camera when I was like in high school.
Because you were big into you're scuba certified.
I am scuba
Dave Ramsey
certified.
told me this.
Yeah.
I did not know this about you. And
Yeah.
he was bragging. He was the proudest I've ever seen. He was like, oh, she was 12 years old. You started
Well,
young.
they changed the age that you could do it. So it was like 16 and they went down to 13 when I turned 13. And dad is I will say that about my parents. This is one thing, mom and dad, it was such a gift. They were not anxious people. Like mom and dad with adventure, it was like you would snow ski, you'd water ski. We did stuff all the time. And there was never this like nervousness. And so dad scuba dived and mom scuba dived. And they changed the age to 13. When I turned 13, dad was like, you want to get scuba dived? Or certified to be scuba dived? I was like, yeah. And Denise was nervous, so she said no. So I did. I was like, sure, I'll do it. So you had to go to a quarry to do your open water dive. And that means you had to spend 2 days with an instructor and you had to go down and they made you take off your mask in the water. You had to take out your regulator. You had to take off everything. You had to basically go through the whole procedure. If everything went wrong, could you get back and be okay? Like, could you put it all back on, take the regulator, clear it, get your extra regulator? You had to have a partner regulator. It was the whole thing, y'all. It was like an intense, and I was 13. Did it all.
Flying colors.
Yeah. And and I scuba dived for years because dad would on trips. So I'd go out with him and that was like our thing.
Can you still do it in your mid-30s?
Well,
like
that's what's
today,
funny.
if you jumped in right now?
No. So we went probably like 6 years ago. And I got probably 40 feet down and it wasn't a full-on panic attack by any means. But I just remember like breathing through this and I'm like, I have property tax to pay. Like I have children.
As an adult now.
I have things to
You're
do
like,
on
did
this
I update
earth.
my will lately?
And I am down here with fish. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm with fish. For what? My life? Nope. And I tapped out, and they did this whole thing where you're like, not okay. I'm going up. And you have to take your time to go up.
Oh, yeah, you can't
your
just,
lung,
you get the bends. Dave told me about the bends.
Yes, so it's a whole thing, y'all, and I haven't been back since. So
sorry.
as an adult, the fear sets in.
Wow.
You know, but as a kid, just go. I don't know.
So back to the question at hand. Did you ever use the waterproof camera?
Yes. But you got to go get it developed at Walgreens, so it was great. Okay, next, yeah, and then my other one would be my first designer purse I ever bought. And I still have it. I should put it on Poshmark and see how much it would go for.
But you're saying it's not worth what it was.
Well, it was a Tory Burch. I don't know if Tory Burch is considered designer. Oh, I'm getting some trucks.
That's embarrassing.
It was my first big purchase as an adult. And it was this big bag, and it was like a robin's egg blue kind of color. And I don't think it's probably worth what it was.
Wow.
I know. That's the only one I can think of.
Out.
That and my underwater camera. So that's all I got, George.
Big life regrets over here. Thanks for being vulnerable with us, Rachel. And be sure to send us your guilty as charged questions via DM on Instagram. We'd love to add it to the list. And if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave us a review, hit the like button, share this with a friend. And if you like this episode, you're going to love this next one coming up. What will it cost to live in 40 years? We dug into the details. We're going to also link it in the description below for you to check out.
Yep. So we'll see you guys next Thursday on an all-new episode of
Smart Money Happy Hour.